So we have Zeus, Ra, and what is it? Oranos against Ra, Kronos, and Oranos. So the only difference is Kronos and Zeus. Well, that's a lot of difference actually for the late game, and not so much for the early game, but yeah, we have seen in previous games and matches that 9 Racing Cat is actually pretty great with Kronos and can make quite a lot of damage with him. So the first to have a look at is right now Chef at the bottom, and he is playing the pocket for JSS, which is pretty sweet for Zeus, as he will be able to do some faster mythic possibly, and otherwise reasonable tree line, and that's pretty much it for the moment. And he discovers some nice group of monkeys at the left, so that's not ideal food source, but better than nothing. And if he goes for hunting dogs, which he should go for with the zebras, he will be content with just that, but I would kind of expect that he will discover some giraffes or whatnot somewhere in the forefront as well, so yeah, it's just a question of time. PC placement normal, and let's have a look at some of the other guys from JSS, which is probably going to be, or probably, for example, going to be Count on the left. He's already discovering with one of his oracles on to the right, trying to see what's between him and Chef, and that's just a pair of hyenas, so not really anything interesting, but since he's playing Oranos, he might just send one Willy there without any problem. That wouldn't be all that much damage, and he doesn't have to worry about spending time and resources on building some granaries and whatnot. Extra food here with some berries. Already discovering, rather discovering, he doesn't need to discover, he has Oranos in his team, so he knows where the TC is, and it's kinda close to him, but same can be said about the other TC for Kill You Die, so the position is more or less the same. This gold is quite interesting, and maybe there's going to be a pretty good battlefield between those two TCs, so I guess we'll see soon enough. Kill You Die otherwise is having pretty much standard composition of his starting hunt and whatnot, having nice berries at the back together with the TC, which is probably going to be captured right when he advances into Classical. And some extra hunt here, that's for yellow, for Ayak. And do we see some extra hunt? Just Hyena at the back. A bit of a defensive scouting for Ayak to actually discover if he has some extra gold or maybe some extra hunt as well. But all he does discover is, or rather are two goats, and that's going to be just one gazelle. So yeah, that's not really enough for him. He is at the same time dropping manor next to his gold so that it is protected from raiding from potentially the Oranos from the other team. That's Count, and well, otherwise nice tree line and the giraffes together with gazelles right there. The Oasis is a two-sum, so that should result in some very nice walling from both teams. We have seen last week that when just one team was here, it opens the doors to the middle of the enemy bases, and it's pretty terrible. So both teams definitely need to do that, and quite fast. Temple already down for the Kronos for 9 Racing Cat, so he is at like 3 minutes advancing. He will probably advance behind this Willy, and he's having quite a lot of goats right now, so he doesn't need to worry about missing hand potentially, as I don't see anything in the front, but at the back he does have at least the monkeys advancing right now to Prometheus and these berries. So what's this relic? Gold trickle. Hello. Not bad. Not bad. And some extra hand here, even though it's pretty terrible and scattered, it's still okay, since he does have the willies that move freely all around the map. Earth is at the same time trying to wall up already, not leaving anything to chance and trying to stop everything from happening too soon. And that I'm talking about aggression, and right now going into Ptah, and you can see that 9 Racing Cats is already going with aggression, and he will be very fast to actually go for the hunt. And that's a problem, because I think Earth missed it. He saw only this oracle, which is not enough, and second oracle also being here, and third here, and that's a problem. Because if Earth wants to retreat with those food willies, he will have to go through the battlefield, and that's definitely not great. And since Pharaoh is not in place, but Priest is here. Okay, so he will know, and right now he knows, but food willies still will be in danger if he knows about them, which he should, and yes, he does. He does, and what's this relic actually? Caravans. Oh, wow, he definitely needs to steal that, because if he can't, well, that's a huge problem. Because if it came into, for example, the Ra, that would be a huge bonus for his trade-in, of course, and mercenary spam. So even though that was a pretty nice plan of destroying the temple before advance, it didn't pay off, and Earth was fast enough and advancing at the right time so that he can get the free widget, and that's something that Nine Racing Cat wanted to stop, and well, he didn't. He didn't. So Velisa already retreating, but yeah, they want to be really all that successful. But since Chef was already through and does have the Centaur, is pretty fast in movement, and another one being built just as well, yep, it seems like only one will be pay with his life, and it should be about it, as already the Pharaoh together with Priest are here to get rid of the Prometheans. With a bit of micro, this should be basically a done deal. So, goodbye aggression from Lion Racing Cat, and you are moving where? Back to the base, yeah, so that he sees that there is absolutely nothing going on with early aggression. So Kiliudai is the one walling in the middle, and from JSS is Chef. So, proper walling going on, and Kiliudai is going for some extra near his base so that he is protected as much as he can. But he is kind of missing a wall around here, probably. So still the way is very much open right inside Lat's bases. Count von Count is having a scout in here, so he knows where everything is, and well, he is right now moving in, and even though he advanced a bit later, if I saw correctly, he went for kinda unusual play for Oranos, I think, as he didn't go for aggression as his opponent Ayak did, and he went for boom right on, so he's probably going for some special strategies, so let's see what that's going to be. At this point, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, second TC being captured by Kiliudai as well, and otherwise, of course, the Eggy Earth as well. That's 2 TC Ra as usual, and well, it seems like Nine Racing Cat is successful in actually stopping Earth from building the armory together with second armory, but that was probably just a wall. Yeah, that's not any mistake, that's just he needed a quick wall to protect his tower the way as well. So nice job, but yeah, not so much with this budget. Who is going to die to those heroes Turmas? Nice, a very nice play. So Barracks being drawn by Earth, so he is maybe not advancing into Heroic anytime soon, so he will be interested in some classical fight against his Kronos opponent. This walk should be quite crucial, because it means that Nine Racing Cat has to go through Earth's base, which is a lot of extra damage from the tower and the TC, and well, that's not something that Nine Racing Cat wants to do. So he has some kind of army here, but yeah, not really doing anything at this point. And well, Earth should stop actually underestimating this wall building with just this one wheelie. Should send a bit more of them sometime soon. Very safe hunting for Chef, and do we see something extra from him? We don't really see second TC being captured, so I'm not exactly sure what he's going for. Just building some extra centaurs that are already polemarchs. So I can't really at this point say that he's doing a whole lot damage, but yeah, it's probably enough. But in the middle right now, this is kind of curious battle between all those Turmas and one Odysseus. Yeah, that's a proper hero taking the fight against the higher numbers, so pretty good job. Well, this one really is at a pretty good spot, and he's left there definitely on purpose, because he will be interested in making some potential forward base in the middle, in case his opponents do that, or if he wants to do something himself. Otherwise, Kiliudai is pretty much safe, and with Rain being cast, he should be advancing into Heroic Age. That's quite a lot of farms at this point, so that should be pretty strong one, and does... Yeah, I was hoping that Earth might be reaping benefits of the drain as well, but he isn't, as he wasn't having any farms whatsoever. And right now, finally, Chef is also going for a second TC, so that's something we expected a bit earlier. Everybody going for second and third TCs. You can see here that and on the minimap that he's going for second and third at the same time. And even though Ganfokat was trying to stop it somehow, yeah, he didn't really succeed, as Ayak is not raiding anywhere, and he's just having Turmas in his base, basically for protection, and that's about it. The only meaningful action is going on from Lion Racing Cat, who is still having this curious battle of this one wheelie against all those Turmas. That's some kind of, I don't know, mini game here or whatnot. And well, so far it results in the Billy being hidden in the tower and waiting for the opportune time to go for the wall again. But since the Oracle is scouting him quite well, just a question of time before those guys get back on his back. Chef is still using some of those centaurs to try and raid, but with 9 racing and having so many hero turmas here, that's exactly not the right time, and he better be careful so that he's not surprised anywhere else, and at least he will discover that 9 racing cat is going for 30 C as well, which should result in a pretty strong echo for Lats, as they will be both Ayach and Nyan at 3 TCs. And this is not going to be stopped because there is like zero army. Only this from Earth, but with this, yeah, only if Chef produces some brutal micro, which right now he's attempting, and he's doing pretty well with that. So scratch that, actually this DC won't be coming up all that easily, and that's very nicely played. And this yellow Oracle is here pretty well hidden, and even though it's lots, I don't exactly think that anybody is seeing it. It's really well hidden and you have to look for it. But it really is down, which is a pretty good victory for JSS, at least a small one. And let's have a check on the left side, where it seems like Iludai, who has advanced into Hathor just like a minute earlier, is joining forces with Ayach, and it's going to be a pretty strong double on the left side on Count, who is trying to secure the TC and trying to make sure that it's not stolen from him, and some very nice volume from Count, which could prove important later in the game to prevent his enemies from getting through. At this point, I'm just going to have a look around if somebody is maybe advancing. Chef taking 30 TC. Earth is not advancing yet, but taking 30 TC as well. And will he be discovered? Doesn't seem so, as nobody is aiming there at all. Maybe I don't think it will be, but this is just a pretty good play. And where was it cast? Here at the gold. Wow! Oh my god, what the hell did I see here? Wow, these are some of the most brutal locusts I have seen in quite a while. Wow, that was complete deletion of all the gold willies from Earth. That's basically last game. Repeated. Exactly what happened to Count von Count is right now happening to Earth, and that's... God damn it. He's literally out of gold here. He's not getting gold anywhere else, just 2 willies here. That was all the gold willies he had. Wow. Okay, I'm not exactly sure how Earth can get it back from this. He's right now advancing into Sekhmet, which is pretty nice. But still, all his willies are getting killed here. They're still not finished. Wow, what the hell? What the hell? That's pretty great play. An absolutely gorgeous locust from his opponents, but Earth definitely is not stoked about that. But he does capture the TC at the forefront, so there's at least something going for him, and he captured some gold there as well. And yeah, Earth just now saying that hurts. That definitely had to hurt. And on the left we have a proper 2v1 between Ayach joining the forces with Kiliudai against Count von Count, and Chef is a bit slower in joining the battle, but finally he is. But it will result in the TC being lost, and if Kiliudai can somehow put up some buildings like Migdol around here, or maybe the TC whatsoever itself, it could be pretty good. Yeah, not 30, but yeah, I would go like 15, 20. That was pretty horrible. Almost all of them. And that's going to cost him, I don't know what. That's just huge. Let's just have a look at the post game here. Yeah, from like 50 into like sub 40. So yeah, more than 10 willies. That was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible for him. But pretty important battle brewing on the left, where we still see Count von Count fighting basically by himself. Finally, Chef making an appearance with at least one Hippicon, and they are at least mediums. But yep, we see Spirited Charge being researched, which is cool, and 4 stables, if he has enough gold for it. Yeah, he does have at least pickaxe. He should be able to help his teammate enough, but right now this battle is not going well for him. And well, not going well this fight, but at the same time it doesn't seem like Kiliudai has enough push. He is missing some siege towers, and even though he does have the siege workshop right here, it's still not enough. And since Ayak is through heroic and building a palace here, The times are not getting any easier for JSS, and they have to hurry if they want to stop this from happening. They need to stop the palace, because once that's up, that's going to result in a lot of dead cavalry and whatnot. So yeah, they better be careful. And this red guy is still raiding here, and quite annoying at the same time with the budget and the Petsuchos. So raid instinct continuing, and this hero is just waiting here for his prey, and well, Count is right now doing at least something on the right side with his centaurs, which are still alive. And this is the plan here. That was Earth going with 15 cents and checkmate and Sekhmet with Scarabs, so that's TC goodbye. And with all those fillies, that's going to be a TC captured as well. And yeah, those two turmas are not exactly enough. Even though 15 cents are here, this could result into ceasefire. Yeah, but it doesn't, as Earth is fleeing the battle, as this army that has just went in is a lot more stronger, quite obviously, with the Petsuchos here, and yeah, the Castle Age units, or Castle Age, Heroic Age units, and well, those fillies are just going at the back somewhere, try to hide, and this absolutely terribly backfired, and on the left we see that the forefront at Count's front TC is basically captured, and Kelyuda is going to finish the TC. I don't really think there's anything that JSS can do about it right now, especially thanks to the palace, which is proving as crucial as we have expected just a moment earlier. But still, JSS are not giving up at all, doing a pretty good job with raiding here and microing, especially Chef. Trying to kill all those cities here, and he is pretty much successful. 2 extra dead. This guy is dead as well. Yep, and this gull, the last one, is not going to survive any longer, and since Chef finally got fully into the game, having the 4 TCs, or rather the 4 stables, producing quite nicely Hippicons at the full pop, they are doing quite well, and yeah, he has to do something else at this point, and I'm not exactly sure why he didn't at least take down the palace. It wasn't like it was all that far behind, far away from getting killed, but well, yeah, that's that, and Earth definitely needs help, because he was stopped from building his Migdol, and right now the vortex from Ayak is in, and this requires the ceasefire exactly as Earth is saying, because otherwise that would have been just TC dead, and with absolutely no army from his allies, yeah, there wasn't absolutely anything they could have done about it. At this point, the Scarabs killed one extra TC from 9 Racing just a moment ago before they were killed, and well, this curiously placed siege workshop could be useful if it can produce enough siege towers, which I don't really think. So this is just one really having a stroll here in the summer on the beach, and well, trying to have life for herself. Not exactly sure how long that's going to last for her, even though I think not too long. Scout waiting here for potential underworld passage from Chef, but well, it's not like it's really coming. And Racing at the Chef still in the Classico, but not any longer, as Apollo is here for Chef, so that's going to help quite a lot. But well, Rhea as well going in for 9 Racing Cat, and right now the underworld passage will be definitely used for defense, and let's see where it will go. Quite a lot of army from Ayach. And Chef is arriving at the battle scene, having at least the copper weapon, so they have a pretty strong attack. And if Earth somehow can finish this Migdol, he could still be able to defend, but I'm not exactly sure if that's going to happen. And we have Vortex. That's going to where? Right here. That's where Ganfong Khan was trying to surprise his opponent. And well, he did with his first Vortex, but at least it kind of makes his opponents switch from attacking Earth and leaves Earth in a much favorable position right now, with Chef helping him in his base, and it should result in Migdol being up and he being in a much more better position at this point. So this battle is easily won for Ayak with his Vortex, so that was just basically Count playing for it to save his teammate, but he is at a pretty bad spot at this point, and well, we do have the bolt here, so Son of Osiris is not exactly going to survive a whole lot here, but a lot of building spam from Count, and he will try to hold on, but against 40 C kill you die, that's going to be very tough indeed. 9 Racing at the right side is at 40 Cs because he has He has stolen Earth's front as well, and Chef losing absolutely everything here. And yep, that's the TC advantage, basically like we saw last game. And again, he's doing a whole lot. Even though the Migdol is up, this should result in more or less a stolid situation. I don't really think that the left side... Come on, where is exactly the bolt from Chef? I'm still waiting for it. He's not Isis. He's not Isis, so where's the bolt? Maybe waiting for a Titan, hoping that they can kill Son of Osiris side there. Potentially. It's actually not like the Son of Osiris is doing all that much. We don't see all that many mythical units here or whatnot. So if they can hold on and use the bolt properly and win some Titan battle, it could work out. But still the Titan is being worked on by Ayak and not yet Count or anybody. Not exactly sure that's really going to come into play, that scenario. Kirudai of course doing pretty well, having decent upgrades. Count is moving where? Oh, into the Titan Gate, trying to stop it. Having just the pierce damage armor. And yep, here we have another Vortex from Ayak, so that's another help actually to Earth, because if I remember correctly on the minimap, Ayak's army was right at Earth's doorstep, and that's right now not true, so Earth should be able to at least defend against Nyan. So yep, goodbye Count's army, not really good enough, and Chef finally to Hephaestus, and since he does have 3 TCs, and he is the Zeus without any problem booming all the time, just might be able to take this game and somehow win it for his allies, but these catapults, yeah, they are a huge problem because Count can't do anything about it. And well, looking how Chef is bound with everything on the right side, trying to help Earth. Yeah, not going to be easy at all. Not going to be easy at all. So how about some upgrades? Baseline for green. Earth is having nothing. There's absolutely no surprise here. Heavy Hippicons, yeah, we just see, oh, that's still the same. That's probably going to be Forge of Olympus pretty soon. And slowly but surely, Nine Racing Cat is advancing into Earth, as probably doesn't have enough income into his economy, as we don't see really all that many mercenaries, literally anybody, coming up in black. And yeah, the extra population limit, the 4 versus 2, that's just way too strong. On the left side, yeah, inevitable advance. Finally, here's the bolt from Chef right at the end of the game. And well, JSS are out of the quarterfinals. And Lats, in 2 pretty convincing games, have won 2-0. Pretty good job. And that was a really strong push on both sides, on the left and on the right. And again, this absolutely huge locust, where was it, the gold? Somewhere here. That was... God damn it, that was absolutely horrible. At that stage of the game, the crucial stage, in the transition for Earth between classical and heroic, that was... God damn it, that killed him. That killed him so horribly bad. But well played by Lutz. Definitely well played. And I'm definitely looking forward to their semi-final battle. That's going to be against either Deities of Death B or Brazilian team. So let's have a look at the post-game here. Count for Count having very good echo. Yeah, he went for a very fast move, which is unusual for Oranos. Didn't really pay off as he had hoped, as the double on his side on the left was pretty strong. Well, he couldn't really muster enough strength against both Ayak and Kiryudai, and Chef was just too slow to help him into the double. When he did, the situation improved, but it was kinda way too late, because Count already lost too many units. And yeah, it was unfortunately for him too late. Some nice resources distributed here from Kiryudai, 3000, not bad. Being generous for his teammates. Yep, this is again game-changing drop. Count von Kant having quite a lot of resources at the end, but he was just getting killed so fast that he couldn't even produce enough units to defend against it. GG then.